It's certainly been a busy day at the Beehive for Minister Nash. We are expecting Prime Minister Chris Hipkins to make an announcement on the future of embattled Cabinet Minister Stuart Nash after another alleged breach of the rules. While we are waiting for that announcement, Newshub political editor Jenna Lynch is at Parliament and she joins us now. Jenna, what's the story?
Yeah, so this all came to light just before 6 o'clock this evening. Stuart Nash has broken the Cabinet rules again in an email to business leaders back in 2020 talking about a commercial rent relief package. Newshub has obtained a copy of that email. It says, "I'm annoyed and surprised about the final outcome of the commercial rent relief packages you are. Should have argued much harder for this when I saw that things were changing, but without the support I thought I had, it would have been incredibly difficult." Now, the problem with him sending that email is that all Cabinet conversations are supposed to be confidential. He is not supposed to tell anyone what happens behind Cabinet closed doors. This is obviously the fourth strike now for Stuart Nash. On his first strike, he lost his police portfolio. He was sacked as the policeman, or resigned as the police minister. A few further breaches of the Cabinet manual saw him demoted down the Cabinet rankings to the bottom of the pile, and the Prime Minister warned him at that point he was on his last chance. That last chance has finally come. The Prime Minister this evening reconsidering Stuart Nash's future in Cabinet, and as you said, we are waiting patiently to hear from Chris Hipkins any moment.
All right, Jenna, well, when he lands on those tiles, we will come back to you. For now, please thank political editor Jenna Lynch. Got an "oh" in my ear, which might mean that the Prime Minister is about to arrive. There he is. I can see him. That's Chris Hipkins. Let's cross to Wellington.
Good evening. This evening I have advised the Governor-General to dismiss Stuart Nash from all of his ministerial portfolios. Late this afternoon I was made aware by a news outlet of an email that Stuart sent in March 2020 to two contacts regarding a commercial rent relief package that the Cabinet had considered. In the email he sets out both his opposition to the decision Cabinet reached and sets out the position that individual members of the Cabinet took in the discussions. This is a clear breach of Cabinet's collective responsibility and Cabinet confidentiality. Stuart Nash has fundamentally breached my trust and the trust of his Cabinet colleagues. His conduct is inexcusable. In addition, the two recipients of the email were donors. Troy Bowker and Greg Loveridge via GRL Holdings Limited have both donated to Stuart Nash. They are also commercial property owners who had an interest in the Cabinet decision. That crosses a line that is totally unacceptable to me. I expect ministers to uphold the highest ethical standards, and his actions raise a perception of influence that cannot be allowed to stand. In recent weeks, I've sought and been given assurances from Stuart that there were no other instances or allegations of misconduct that I should be aware of. While Stuart was on a final warning, I want to be clear that this incident alone would have resulted in his dismissal in its own right. I consider the matter to be a very serious one. Megan Woods will be the Acting Minister for Economic Development and Acting Minister of Forestry. David Parker will be the Acting Minister for Oceans and Fisheries, and Meka Whaitiri will lead the Hawke's Bay cyclone response on an acting basis.
What is it to him now? Will he stay on as a...
That's Prime Minister Chris Hipkins in Wellington confirming what we thought was probably going to be true, that Minister Stuart Nash has been kicked to the curb because what happens in Cabinet stays in Cabinet, and he has again breached those rules. He's breached the bro code. This is my political editorialising, by the way. He has broken the rules one too many times, and so Prime Minister Chris Hipkins just announcing live there that he has been demoted? Booted.
And if there's any further news or reaction to that over the next 25 minutes, we'll bring it to you as soon as it happens.